A Fox 5 I-Team investigation has documented a huge increase in accidents, injuries, and deaths along a 13-mile stretch of I-20 construction in Carroll County.
Now, local law enforcement agencies are worried. A wrongful death lawsuit has been filed, but the DOT insists heavier traffic explains the increase in accidents.
Well, senior I-Team reporter Dale Russell is here now with the big story.
Russ, we examined crash data for 2.5 construction years, period along I-20. It began in 2016. Fatal accidents have decreased, but accidents are still happening at what some law enforcement officers call an alarming rate.
Hit the brakes, and instead of running into somebody else, came over here.
On Interstate 20, about 11 miles from the Alabama border, it's another day, another accident.
All right, we're moving.
We came here to investigate fatal accidents along this scary stretch of road. This truck driver told us he was caught off guard by traffic suddenly slowing down and ran off the road rather than into the cars in front of him.
Did my very best to avoid that, avoid hitting anybody else.
Carroll County deputies tell me this happens all the time on this stretch of I-20. In this accident, no one was hurt. But a Fox 5 I-Team investigation has found hundreds of others weren't so lucky. According to records from the DOT and Georgia State Patrol, from the beginning of construction in 2016, along this 13-mile stretch of highway, there have been over 1,000 accidents, more than 240 injuries, 64 serious injuries, and 13 people died. 224 accidents involved tractor trailers. This resurfacing project is a tight corridor with often only 2-foot shoulders and a confusing split in the freeway that suddenly puts westbound drivers heading directly next to eastbound traffic. And when they first started the construction, did you have any idea what was going to happen?
No, nothing like this. But man, we knew pretty quick that there'd be some fatalities the way it was going.
Carroll County Corporal Chad Sheriff has patrolled this stretch of highway for more than 15 years. In 2016, when the road project began, it didn't take long for the accidents to start piling up.
Then we'd be working one wreck, then get done with it and get the interstate cleared up. An hour later, we'd be sitting right back at the same spot. There's no room for error. Like when it's so tight.
Then people started dying, one after another.
Main reason people on their phones or not paying attention once something had happened or traffic had slowed down and either a tractor trailer would run on top of them or they'd slide up under a tractor trailer.
In September of 2017, law enforcement and first responders from 8 agencies got together to express concern to the DOT and contractor Archer Western about the number of fatal accidents since construction started. They wanted additional police cars parked at the beginning of the construction zone to slow drivers down. The DOT told them local law enforcement agencies would have to provide that. The I-Team examined the 8 fatal accident reports occurring between August 16 to September 2017. We found 4 mentioned slowing for traffic or slowing for road construction.
8 wrecks have killed 9 people.
The deaths caught the attention of Fox 5 traffic reporter Katie Beasley last year after her reported DOT traffic engineer was asked if 8 fatalities was high. The answer, yes. 8 fatalities in 1.5 years is very high.
1 fatality is too many.
But DOT spokesperson Natalie Dale says when the I-Team asked about crashes, the department examined more traffic data and concluded there are more accidents because more cars are on the road. 100,000 more vehicle miles since construction started. She says that means the crash rate, accidents per miles driven, actually declined during the 3 years of construction. So why were officers so upset?
While being in the middle of it, you may feel like there's a significant increase of crashes, but when you step back and look at the numbers, there's also a significant increase of volume.
Natalie Dale points out that the DOT also spent an additional $1.6 million to build 2-foot shoulders to help cars from running off the road. She says there's only been 1 fatal accident since September of 2017.
And in 2017, we asked 2 things of our contractor, and since then we have seen injuries go down and fatalities go down.
Very young, well liked and loved by her family and the children that she taught.
Attorney Alan Hamilton represents the family of Jasmine McGee, the woman killed in that September 2017 accident. She was a Douglas County school teacher, 27 years old. The lawsuit says traffic in front of her had slowed down. The police report indicates a tractor-trailer driver behind her was distracted attempting to retrieve his phone and following too close. He rear-ended Jasmine McGee, killing her. McGee's family settled with the trucking company, then sued the contractor, Archer Western.
It was on Archer Western to implement the traffic control plan and to do things to make this project safe.
Hamilton acknowledges the tractor-trailer driver was distracted, but contends Archer Western should have had a police car with blue lights ahead of all the warning signs to slow drivers down. Archer Western denied any negligence or wrongdoing in its answer to the lawsuit and pointed out the crash report identified a distracted driver of the tractor-trailer.
We believe the officer was far forward, far further into the stoppage, where it's not providing any warning to the motorist approaching, like Jasmine or the trucker who hit her.
Now, the DOT tells me they hope the I-20 paving project will be wrapped up by the end of the year. Meanwhile, this is National Work Zone Awareness Week, so we have to take this chance to say to everyone watching, and believe me, after you look through these accident reports and the videos, slow down at all work zones. They're very dangerous. Also, give yourself space and put those distractions away, especially the phones.
Yeah.
Russ,
I mean, if you're right on somebody's bumper, you don't have time to react.
I've driven through this area a lot, and when you slow down, people come up behind you because they don't want to slow down.
Right,
you know? So it's this constant game going on in there on the freeways. It's one that people should not be playing with.
Yeah, dangerous consequences.
Well, you can certainly see it here on this stretch of road.
Most definitely. Thank you so much.
Thanks.